So this is a close-up of the City Life fringed scarf that I'm going to show you how to make in this video. And I thought I'd show you the close-up of it so you can see how beautiful the yarn is. It's very lightweight and it glistens because of the metallic fibers that are in the yarn. And this color is called Orchid Mystery. And then the color I'll be using in the video is called Golden. So let's get started. I'm using a size N wood Deborah Norville hook, which is very warm on my hand and comfortable on for the grip. So to start this shawl, it started at the bottom and you chain 1, that's a center chain, and then you chain 5 and that counts as your first treble crochet, and chain 1 now and throughout. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm going to work a double crochet, chain 1 treble into the center chain. So just yarn over, do a double, and then chain 1 and yarn over twice for a treble and work the treble in the same center chain. So both stitches are worked into that center chain, and that creates row 1, and I can tighten up my starting chain right here. So to start row 2, it says to chain 5 and turn again, 3, 4, and 5, and then turn and do a double crochet and chain 1 into the first stitch, and then double crochet, chain 1 into the space, the chain 1 space, and then double crochet, chain 1 into the double crochet stitch, and then into the space again, and then chain 1, and then in the end it says double crochet, chain 1 and treble into the last treble. And that turning chain, in the beginning it was established that that counted as your beginning treble and chain 1. So I'm going to go right in here. So it's like the 4th chain here. I want 2 loops of that chain, and I'm going to work a double, a chain 1, and a treble. There's always, every row has a treble at the end, and then doubles in the stitches in the middle. Okay, so that completes row 2, and then you chain 5, turn again, and this row is going to be the same row that you repeat all the way up to row 12. So you chain 5, turn, you double crochet in the first stitch, in the first double crochet, chain 1, and then you double crochet in the next space and chain 1. So you're not going in the stitches here anymore, you're going in that first stitch. So you just double crochet, chain 1 in each space across. So every single row is going to be the same all the way up to row 12, and then you'll be finished with your scarf. I think you can make one of these so quick, especially with the big hook and working into the spaces instead of the stitches. So in the end, I've got that chain 5 turning chain. So I'm going to work into that, and I'm going to chain 1, And I'm going to skip one chain here, and then I'll be working a double crochet, chain 1, and a treble crochet into the same chain there in the end, like that. So that same row 3 is repeated all the way up to row 12. And you'll notice that the only time you work into the stitch is the first and the last stitch, and you're working a double crochet, and that's where your increases are coming in on the ends. And then in between, all you're doing is working a double crochet and chain 1 in each one of the spaces across. So continue working that all the way up, and then I'll show you how to do the fringe. To make the fringe, I cut several strands of the yarn 11 inches long, so you could wrap that around a piece of paper or even a CD case, or anything that you have that's around that same size. It doesn't have to be exact. This scarf was done with 1 skein of yarn. You could, if you wanted to add a lot more fringe to this, you'd have to go into a second skein of yarn, and you could add more strands to make the strands of yarn, to make the fringes thicker. So right now I've got 4 strands of 11-inch long yarn, City Life yarn, and I'm going to fold it in half like this, and then I'm going to go, I put 1 on the side of each row. So I'm going to go in here into around the post of the treble there, and I am going to fold my strands in half and put that on my hook, bring that through like this, and then take all the strands and wrap it around my hook like this and bring that through the fold. So I'm going to bring that through here, and then I'm going to pull it a little bit like that. So that's how you make the fringe, and I'll do that one more time. So I've got my 4 11-inch strands of yarn. I'm going to fold it in half. I'm going to bring my hook from the back to the front like this, because I want all my knots to be on one side. And for this project, it doesn't matter which side you choose for the right or wrong side. So I'm going to go like this, put the fold of my strands on my hook, bring that through here like that, and then put all 8 ends over my hook, and then bring that through the folded side just like that. And I didn't put fringe all the way up because you'll need room to tie this, either if you're going to tie it in the back or if you're going to tie it in the front. You don't need to fringe all the way down to you know, I would leave the last few rows without any fringe. So that's how you make the little City Life scarf, and I hope you enjoy it. I love this. I wear it with a white blouse, and I think it's beautiful. So enjoy your project, and thank you very much for watching.